You know, one of the big things is hiring. Okay, our approach to that is also different because fundamentally, there's education. Education is a word that's used together with schooling as if it's the same thing. To me, that's ridiculous. Because schooling, I mean, there was a great author who wrote this sentence, which really sums it up. He says, "I've never let schooling get in the way of my education." And it was Mark Twain. But it was a really smart saying because, you know, you can have mediocre schooling, but you better have superior education. You know, for example, in colleges or whatever, they give you schooling, okay, not education. It's like, would you consider somebody who's really good at taking tests on surgery, would you let them operate on you? You know, normally you say, no, you know, we want them to apprentice and really learn the stuff before. Or a chef who has never cooked. You know, you got to have a chef. I mean, if he hasn't cooked, he's not a chef. You know, if he's read book, you know, I call them theoretical plumbers. You know, I've lectured about them, I've written about them, I've talked about them, I've read about them, but I never really saw a pipe. So if the education comes from those who haven't fixed the leak, they're not plumbers. So for us, we look at folks in the hiring side who are educated. In other words, they've been trained. You know, my son asked me a question when he was about to, you know, was interviewing. He said, "Dad, it's just, what, you know, how much money?" I mean, if they asked me how much money, I said, like, you went to school, you went to college, and you paid, and you didn't really learn a whole lot. And now they're going to pay you and teach you, and you're going to question how much? So, go learn. Go get educated. The schooling is one thing, and because we tend to, you know, we're so into the school, which school did you go to? I mean, and we all know that, you know, look, half the guys who've created really large companies dropped out of school, and people say it's in spite of that. And I said, no, it's because of it. We didn't learn all this garbage. You know, you taught stuff that wasn't useful, and then you say, well, now they know all the jargon, they can do PowerPoints. No, you know, you didn't learn the basics. You didn't learn buy low, sell high. You didn't learn common sense. You know, you know. So the common sense portion is what we really in our business. It's just common sense. If an expert tells me something and it's against common sense, I don't do it. So that's our approach. So basically, our view is sort of getting to simple. Okay, I think. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Manoj, for that most inspiring keynote address. How about another big round of applause for Manoj? On behalf of APACC, I would like to present this little gift to you. It's a Pangborn designer tag.
It's been at least a year since I've owned a tie, so maybe buy this tuxedo on top of it.
It gives me great pleasure to present the 2012 Corporation of the Year Award. But before we present the award, I would like to explain the 3 criteria to be nominated